Good day, everyone. My name is Coolpilot, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Mishaps. Now, in the last episode, we had started on our Thaumcraft research. Weren't able to do too much. We were able to get one thing researched. What was it that we did get researched? By the way, I know it was something. Trying to remember what it was. Oh, yes, we researched wand foci, which we can't build yet because, well, we need nether quartz and we don't have any nether quartz. But it was at least useful to get that research to find out how to build the things because I had no idea it required nether quartz. It's good to know. Plus, we just plain want to get stuff researched anyways. But we were kind of stalled in our research a little bit as we were, scanning around for things. We didn't really have enough aspects to scan everything or to do some of the research that we wanted to do, namely on the basic information page. We wanted to get advanced node tapping and research expertise. Really, we want to get everything on the front page here because this just is the basic stuff, and you want to get all the basic research done early. But we didn't have enough aspects scanned because we couldn't quite figure out how to get to some of them. However, off camera, I did do a fair bit of scanning and a little bit of experimentation to try and find the things I was missing. One of the things I was missing was modus, which I don't actually remember off the top of my head to create. It took a while to find, if I remember right. Got all sorts of aspects in here now, though. Yeah, air and water. Air and aqua was how you created modus, and that opened up a few things. And there are also some others that I could have scanned, but just didn't find for some reason. Like mortis, I think, was one. Yeah, Victus and Perdido, and that helped to open up a few things. You opened up Spiritus, which opened up Census. What else did that help to open up? It pretty much helped to open up like most things. Am I right? Venom, I guess. It's a weird way to say it. Poison, essentially. It helped with other things too. Pretty sure, I think it might have been an aspect of Humanus. Or maybe Bestia was, I know Bestia was another thing. And Fames or Famus, hunger, basically, opened up in Humanus, opened up Lucrum, which got a lot of the minerals that we weren't able to do. Yeah, Bestia and Cognito requires Census. So that's part of what Bloctus and Modus is required for Bestia, and yeah, Cognito. Oh, it was actually Spiritus, I thought it was Census. Maybe not, but still needed Spiritus, which required Mortis. So, and of course, Corpus required more Modus and Bestia. So basically, Modus opened up most everything, and once you got to Bestia, then you're able to get to Humanus, and that pretty much helps you get to everything. I know there are some aspects that we haven't found. Alienus was from the Obsidian Totems, and also from the Ender Lilies as well. Yeah, I forgot to scan those. Decidia from Beds, which is not one I had actually known about. But I know there's at least one or two aspects that we don't have. Probably more. I'm probably forgetting a fair few. But there's at least one or two, for sure, that we don't have. I'm pretty sure there's a fair bit more. But this covers, pretty much all the main ones that we need. At least for most early research. And lo and behold, when we go to put advanced node tapping and research expertise in here, to our research table, we can actually do them now. Yeah, the owl and the brain, what were they? Cognito and Census, right? Yeah, Census were the two that we didn't know in research expertise. And advanced node tapping was the exchange one. Permutatio, I'm just going to call it exchange, it's easier, and modus. We were able to get the Aurum off of, what was it? I think it was these guys? Yeah, the ethereal acids, that's how we got those. So good thing we got some many theory lessons so we could find that easy. So now we have to actually complete our research. We're going to start with the research expertise since it's a fairly simple one. Got to connect cognito with census and order, essentially. So go into our journal. Incognito is Terra and Spiritus, whereas Census is Air and Spiritus. So Spiritus is basically going to be our major link here. Spiritus itself is Victus and Mortis, and Victus and Mortis is Victus and Perdido, and Victus is actually at the end because these are in alphabetical order, Aqua and Terra. So let's see here. How do we get to Ordo, though, from those things? Interesting. Ordo and Victus is part of Granium, so we can actually go from Victus to Granium to Order. So that would work. Let's get the Granium to Order. And then Victus. But then Victus hooks right up to Census, doesn't it? Or am I getting this wrong? No, it hooks up to Spiritus and then Census. Right. So, Victus, there we go. Yep, nope. Drag and drop, forgot. And we want Spiritus there. And Spiritus here. And then Granium, or Granum, I guess, to hook up to Order. And then complete. Put our shovel in here. Discovery, research expertise. So now let's actually take a look at that. You've become more efficient at performing research. Whenever you remove an aspect that you placed in a hex, there is a 25% chance that you will regain the research point. You are also able to see what aspects you need to combine to create an aspect you are hovering over, which is useful. Very useful. Research mastery will be another one we want. And of course, deconstruction table. Deconstruction table is very important for long-term research because it allows you to gain aspects even when you don't have anything to scan. Basically allows you to take an item and get the aspects out of it by, well, deconstructing it, otherwise known as destroying it. Let's finish our advanced node tapping though before we do anything else. So, hovering over it. So hovering over it on the research node doesn't do it, but hovering over it in the research table does show you what makes it, although it can be a little hard to see when you're hovering over the middle of it. So Aurum is magic and air. We have tons of air, so it'd be more useful over magic. And we have a long way to go to connect these guys. So we might want to think about like shortest, how to do shortest paths between all these, because you got a lot of hexes to cover. So what's the shortest way from Aurum to the exchange? What was the exchange made out of? Modus and water. Modus is air and water. So modus air is too short because we got to cover 3 distances. Got to cover 3 tiles, I should say. Well, we do have a decent amount of magic. What's that made out of? The void one and the sparkly one. A potentia, right? And vacuous. Alright. So potentia is order and fire. Vacuous is air and perdido, so all primal. Those would be like important down here. And this is water, which is not in either of those. Although I suppose you go vacuous and then modus. Magic, vacuous, motors, that would be 3 steps already. Oh yeah, and that hooks up perfectly. So let's actually do that. So magic, vacuous, and modus. Don't have a huge amount of modus, but that hooks up those two, it looks like. Oh no, it doesn't, because there's an extra step in there. Well, didn't get that back. But we can do it this way. And start connecting to this other modus over here. We'll need air here to connect those two. Okay. So air and water, well, we have plenty of that. So just go water and something with water in it. Something we have a lot of. We have a lot of things, but not necessarily things that have water in them. Nope. Nope, get that off of there. There's surprisingly few things with water in it. I suppose we can use that. And use another water. Now it's crystal to the magic. You got 2 steps. Stone isn't going to help, I don't think. No. Pretty sure it's not. Nope. Water won't really help either, because you'd have to go from water straight into one of these two, and no, that doesn't help at all. So we're going to have to take an extra step more than likely, unless something is made out of vitreous, but I'm pretty sure there isn't anything made out of vitreous. So, stone we got tons of, so we can do that. And then earth somehow getting towards these guys. Or something that uses earth, potentially. Might have been better to go from the void, even though it's 3 steps. Because that's already, connected to the magic. Yeah, I think we're actually going to undo it. This is a little inefficient. But see your air. Perdido. Let's go Perdido. Definitely going to want vacuous here. So something else made with Perdido that we have tons of, if there is any such thing. Trying to think here. Trying to be efficient with this stuff is not the easiest sometimes. Really isn't much with Perdido in it, is there? At least not much that we have a lot of. Don't really have a lot of that. Yeah, not so easy to do. I guess we'll just have to use more vacuous. The Perdido. Horribly inefficient, but it does the job. And before we actually look up what that gives us, I'm gonna take a nap, because the monsters outside are overloading the game. You can hear them burning out there now. Advanced node tapping. Usually the process of drawing V from a node with mod is quite slow, but not anymore. You have discovered a more efficient way of tapping into OR nodes, resulting in the doubling of the V draw rate. Which isn't too important. Node preserver sounds interesting, but research mastery and deconstruction table I think would be my personal priorities. So we can take our scribing tools, and we need some paper, which isn't out here. Let's go grab it. I believe it should be in a little storage room. I haven't really done any construction since the last episode, just focusing. Ooh, really overloaded with all the monsters. Just been focusing on Thaumcraft. Let's start with just research mastery. Burn up already. Spent a little too long trying to do the research. Alright. Power is knowledge. Thing back in there. Alright. Sensus, cognito, magic, and ordo. All fair distance apart from each other. Well, it's basically the same pattern as the last time, so we want to try to be a little bit more efficient. So let's see here. Cognito is earth and spiritus. Magic is vacuum and potentia. So earth isn't really going to help here. Spiritus is Victus and Mortis, looks like. Mortis is Victus and Perdido, which is not a part of magic. What is Victus? Victus is at the end, isn't it? Yep. Water and earth. Again, not too helpful. And you got order, fire, air, Perdido. If we go from magic to vacuous, that's one step. And from vacuous to Perdido, that's two. And can we hook Perdido up to cognito through something? Takes two more steps. Okay. So it's a slightly lengthy process. Cognito to spiritus. And spiritus to mortis. Mortis to Perdido. Perdido to void. Basically 3 more steps here. And then to magic. So we have to put 3 runes in here. Vacuous to be next to magic. And then mortis and Perdido in some order here. And then we have to end up hooking up with order. Victus isn't hook up with order in any way. At least through its own sections. Might be something made of Victus that hooks up there. Dude. Well, if you go to Humanus, potentially. Oh, Greenham. Greenham seems like a good idea. Let's do that. Hook that up to the order. And then we can hook that up to another ordo. Then another Greenham. And then we need... Wrong spot to put that. Because we need spiritus here. Oh, no. Dang it. Mortis here. Wasting aspects. I forgot what order I was doing things in. And we need Victus here. And Greenham. I'll put Greenham here just in case there's a short route to Census from there. Since it's air and spiritus. Spiritus and Victus. No, put you back. Well, that was much more efficient. Only there's a little bit of inefficiency there, but not much. That's about as good as we're going to get it. And pop that guy. Research mastery. Can be even more efficient at becoming research. Whenever you remove an aspect that you placed in a hex, there's 50% chance that you will regain the research point. That's only 10% chance that whenever you place an aspect, that will not cost any research points to do so, which is nice. Able to combine aspects in the research table by control clicking on the aspect you wish to create. Incredibly useful, so you don't have to remember how to create them. Although you can actually look it up in the table now, but it makes it a little easier. If you have enough of the component aspects, they will automatically combine to create the clicked aspect. Convenience. And research duplication. Sharing is caring. We do not need that. That's for multiplayer. But you do want deconstruction table. So plug it out there again. Research node added. The research node in. And the scribing tools. And we got to go from Perdido to Cognito and to Fabrico. Fabrico, who's Humanus and Instrumentum. It is Humanus. I passed by it, didn't it? Yep. Humanus does hook up, so that would be a good route to go. So, what is it? Humanus and Fabrico. Fabrico itself, or not Fabrico, the Instrumentum. Instrumentum itself is an aspect of Humanus. So you can go Humanus. Well, how do we hook up to Perdido? Let's figure that out first. Bestia, Victus and Mortis. Neither of which involve Perdido. And Cognito is linked to Spiritus, which is linked to Mortis, which is linked. So let's do that. We can hook up through Victus here, because Victus is an aspect of both of these. So there we go. Humanus is Bestia and Victus, so we can put Bestia here, and then Humanus to hook up to the tools, and there we go. Deconstruction table. Might be the first thing we can actually make. Yep, pretty much. There comes a point in any thaumaturge's career where he is unable to progress with research due to his lack of knowledge. One possible recourse is the deconstruction table. The table allows you to break down objects into the simplest parts which you can examine. There are limits, however. The table breaks compound aspects into their component aspects until only primal aspects remain. During this process, much knowledge is lost, and at best the thaumaturge can hope for is a single piece of primal knowledge. For example, cobblestone, saxum, and perdido will be simplified into 2 terra and 1 perdido, only one of which will have the chance of being discovered. It is also fairly slow, and the fewer aspects an object has, the lower the chance to discover something. So this basically allows you to get more aspects from blocks that you put into it to be destroyed and turned into aspects, but it's a very inefficient process. The purpose of this guy is for when you run out of aspects and you just need more to continue researching. It's not something I'm going to build now because I have to build another thermometer and a couple of golden tools. We don't have a huge amount of gold right now. And there are a few other things I prefer to prioritize my gold on, but it is good to know it so that way when I do eventually need it, we can just make it. Once we find some perdido, of course, which we haven't found. We'll have to discover an ore node with that in it. I think that's enough for research right now. I'm going to be doing some research off camera, in fact probably quite a bit, because there is a lot of things to research here. You even notice, like in some areas, like thaumic tinkering, there's a lot of grayed out stuff that we can't research yet. We only see that stuff, mainly like all of this stuff, because we got clues to the research while scanning a bunch of stuff. We can't actually discover any of this yet, though. But there's still a lot of things that you could research. So that can take quite a lot of time. I'll do most of that off the camera. However, before we go here, there are a couple things I want to build. First off, I want to build a crucible setup. A crucible we can already make. You just take a cauldron and smack it with your wand. But it needs to be over a heat source and have water in it. In this case, we have a heat source in lava. I'm not sure if torches will work. I'm pretty sure they don't. Not the block I wanted to mine. Game's lagging a bit. Grab a bucket. And also go to sleep so I don't have any more monsters spawning. Slowing the game down. There we go. Not actually going to place the lava bucket until I have the cauldron ready here. I can actually just go straight into here, pick it out of there. There we go. So there's a cauldron. And stick it right over the top. And then just hit it with our little wand. Right click, we'll do it. We'll need some water in there, and we'll actually need because of that, we'll actually need an infinite water source. Ooh, the lava does actually still spread. That's not good. Still spreads fire. Will a torch work? I don't know if it will. We'll see. I need water, though, to actually know if it will or not. So let's go. It's lag. Killing me, game. Killing me. Pause for a second. Okay, hopefully that was enough. I literally just kind of paused there. Didn't pause the recording, but you paused to let the pause screen handle things. While we're in here, we plant our no, still lagging. Seeds. Water seeds. Seeds. And all our dye seeds. That's the essence. What the hell is out there that is causing this much frickin' lag? Seriously. Is there an army of creepers or something? Like a literal army? Not that many entities. Like 100... 150 total. And only like 30 in this direction. Why is there so much frickin' lag? Shouldn't be this much. Minecraft is so finicky, especially when it's modded. Went in there, then didn't actually grab the water. Let's actually do that and put the extra stuff away. Away, 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 away. There we go. And now we got water. Stop it. So the way the crucible works is, well, first off, you have to have a heat source. And you make the actual crucible out of the cauldron, and you put some water in it. Okay, I was wondering where the bucket went. Apparently restacked with my other buckets. And then you wait for it to boil. I'm not sure if this torch will actually work. I don't think it will. This game, so much freaking lag. And it is not looking like it is. Let's double check what it says. Constant heat, source of constant heat and filled with water. And then once it starts to boil, you can put stuff into it. It doesn't say anything about what makes a proper heat source. But it looks like torches do not work. So I'm thinking we're just going to have to do it with lava, but only have the lava around, or lava underneath of it when we're doing stuff. Either that or move the crucible to another location for safety. One of the two. Or even put the crucible down a layer, which might actually be best. pull the water out, which you can't actually do, which is kind of annoying because now I'm going to have to go get some more water. But if we put the lava down here, and then the crucible on top of that, that should work. We'll just have to be super duper careful not to actually step on the thing. And if anything, this will actually be a little bit more convenient having it down here, because of course you put water in there and you wait for it to boil, and then you can start putting other stuff into the crucible to try and make items. You have to follow, of course, recipes that you have to research, which we haven't done any research to actually make items in the crucible yet. That's something I'll do off camera, although I'll make the first items in the crucible on camera. But the way you make stuff is that you throw it in there, and the stuff you throw in there, you throw stuff in with the right aspects, these guys, to make the things that you want to make. And you have to have the right aspects in there in the right quantities to make certain items. Now, the aspects that are put in here slowly start to degrade. So, like, Decidia here turns into the Spiritus and whatever that trap thing is. What is that thing? Vinculum? Whatever. So it will slowly start to degrade into those two aspects, and those aspects will degrade into the aspects that make them. So Spiritus will turn into Victus and Mortis, which will turn into Victus and Perdido, and water and earth. So it will slowly degrade, and you'll be slowly losing those aspects that you actually need to make the stuff. So you have to be quick. You have to basically throw everything in there all at once, and before anything has a chance to degrade, throw in what is called the catalyst item, which, like, say you're trying to make like a special diamond of some sort. This is not an actual example, but just hypothetically, you're making a special diamond, and the catalyst is a diamond, but you need certain aspects to make this special diamond. Well, you put the aspects, the items with the aspects you need in here, and then immediately throw the diamond in after throwing all the other stuff in, which may be several different items that you would normally have to throw separately, or you'll go in here and like try and click frantically to get it out of your inventory, and then throw the diamond in before anything has a chance to degrade. So that way you get the items that you want without any of the aspects or the items themselves being wasted and having those aspects escape into the atmosphere, which you don't want, because that then creates problems. Now, trying to do that sometimes can be a bit difficult, especially if you're trying to calculate, exact aspects, number of aspects that you need for different items, trying to be careful and everything. Or if you have like several different items that you have to throw in, they'll start to degrade rather quickly. But luckily, there is another item to help us with that, and it's called an item grate. Item grate allows you to toggle it open or close with your hand or with a redstone signal. If in the open position, any dropped items will simply fall right through it. So you can put an item grate over the top of the crucible, throw all the items that you need for the aspects on top of the grate, get your diamond for your special diamond in hand, click to open the grate, and then immediately throw your diamond in with a little press a Q, and have the item made quickly, efficiently, and without waste. Assuming you counted correctly, of course. You always got to count it correctly, at least on the items for the aspects. But it is a super useful item, and I'm glad it was included, because when I originally found out about how the new Crucible works, I was kind of worried about that, just wasting so many items because how quickly it degrades. But this allows you to do it well. So we're going to need iron bars and a trapdoor. I have never in my life made iron bars, so let's actually see how you make those things. Okay, it's rather simple. We're going to end up with way too many of the things, but it happens. 16. And then the trapdoor is this? No. Stupid me. It's not a trapdoor. That? Okay, I have made tramp tools before, but it has been a long time, so... Oh, right. Full blocks. In there. Yeah. And we end up with 2 of those. Another thing you can do is that you could actually make 2 item grates. You have one... I would put it like directly over it, like right here. Oh, you can actually goes on top. Well, then that's convenient. Now it's open right now, and you can close it. Open, close. You can always put like another one on top of this, like up here, then put your items for the aspects. Well, put the item for the catalyst up here first, because you don't want to pick up all the items for the aspects. Put items for the catalyst up here, and then throw the items for the aspects up here. But this is fine. Yeah, I can just throw in the catalyst manually. Of course, I'll have to get some water for this for it to be able to be boiling, but it's not too important right now since we're not actually making anything. But we have the thing set up at least, so that will be functional for us. We can just set those things off to the side. And there was one other thing I was wanting to make today, not part of Thaumcraft, but it is very nice nonetheless, and that is... I am not spelling this wrong. Right. There we go. A knapsack from Tinker's Construct. Requires some leather, which we don't have, gold, and 2 iron tough rods. The iron tough rods will be easy enough to make. Tough rod. Put that up, put that in, and just chunk some iron in here. We got tons of it. Let's see here. We need 16, so yeah, 8 should be enough. And it's nighttime, so let's go sleep. And we will need to go outside and kill a few cows because we don't have any leather. We want to keep a couple cows that are close to our entrance alive, because we only have 1 cow inside, and we'll need at least 1 more to breed. Preferably, though, I have 3 cows nearby for breeding purposes. Make breeding a little bit faster. Cobblestone. There. So laggy out here. Oh, there should be a lot of cows off towards the side here. There's one right there, and there's one right there. There's a whole herd of them here, and we'll be building the animal pen right in here, so I'm going to get the one with the hat first. I don't think we have any hats that... Yeah, we actually don't have any hats at all yet, so I haven't been able to put one on. I have no idea what this one is. Oh, right, this thing sends them launching. Forgot about that. Fridge boy, apparently. And I'm not sure if the cow actually dropped anything because he died in the water. Doesn't look like he did, though. So let's go kill some more cows. Amongst all this lagginess today. I have no idea why it's acting up so much today. I mean, when there's a bunch of mobs, yeah, it will act up a bit. I should put this on my hotbar so we can see how many we have. We need 6. Normally when there's a lot of mobs, yeah, it will act up, and especially when recording. But there's not really any mobs out here. So this is like really strange. Don't want to kill any more cows that are there. Let's go out here to kill some. These guys are farther away. Don't care about these guys at all. So up to 4. Just need 2 more. And there's some out here. Definitely going to want to get some more construction done and set up those animal pens soon, because leather would be really nice to have on a more regular basis. Especially since we don't have any armor yet. Although, granted, I could probably just go ahead and make iron armor really easily, because we got tons of iron. That'll actually be better for us than the leather. Careful. And there's that stupid forge mod loader missing part thing. No idea what the heck that is about. Not where I want you to be, cow. There you go. Ah, it just gives me meat. No idea why I was in separate stacks. They only stack up to 7? Huh. Yeah. Missing parents, blah blah. Did you drop any leather? Can't even tell. I was trying to push him in, but no such luck. There we go. That's enough. Not gonna go killing any more cows than we actually need to. Should we climb our way up the mountain? Yeah. Mine a few blocks out just to speed up the climbing process. The sign of a great Minecraft mountain climber is someone who never has to break a block to climb a mountain. Assuming that it's actually possible to climb said mountain without breaking a block. Because it's not always possible to do that, but most of the time with the randomly generated ones, it is. I should really make a back entrance out here. So I don't have to walk quite so far. I'll have an entrance out here soon enough, but not even really soon enough because I haven't even blueprinted, the base within the main mountain yet. That's gonna be a bit of a task. Starting to get hungry, so grab some more raspberries. I don't even use all of the berries, just raspberries because we have so many of them. Just make one nice stack. I haven't even made any of the mixed berries because I haven't needed to. Just nom on like 20 berries straight and do it that way. All those are still growing. Where's this guy at? 86%. Alright. Still growing. So we can run on back. All that iron should have been melted up a while ago, so that shouldn't be any problem. 16? Yep, 16. So make 2 iron tough rods. And another. Here we go. Stick these guys in here, and then 6 leather and a piece of gold, and we have ourselves a knapsack. Open up our armor tab, stick it on, and then now we have a knapsack tab where we can put some items. This will be nice and convenient for putting stuff that we don't need all the time. Oh, I can stack raw beef more. Don't know why it wasn't stacking earlier. That's kind of weird. Items that are good to have on us, but we don't always need, like the Thaumcraft stuff. Put all of that in there. Our buckets we don't always need. Tools I would keep down here. Redstone actually needs to be put away. The basic blocks. And then all of this stuff is stuff to be put away, except for that. This goes back in here. And apparently... Oh yeah, this only takes 3. I was thinking, oh, this requires 8. No, it only takes 3. It's these guys that require 8. Right. Well, we need more iron than I need to. Not an issue. Can always just pluck it out into a box. I mean, we have 81 buckets of lava, so might as well. And a couple of ingots. There we go. So yeah, now we have some extra storage space on us at all time, basically doubling our main inventory, not including the hotbar. Oh right, yeah. I was thinking 2 ingots, but I always forget. Block is 9, not 8. Dway. But yeah, we have our crucible set up now, so I can start working on that next episode. I might do some of the research for that off camera though, amongst some other research. We got a few more bits to a few more things research to help with our research, as well as the node tapping. Haven't actually looked at what the other nodes contain yet, but I'll probably do that off camera as well. Maybe like include like short footage just showing what is in them, but not like the travel, because the journey we've already done before, and we're not really doing it for anything other than checking what is in those things. So we got a decent amount of stuff done. Mostly little things that help to make our life easier. This is not sorted. Let's get that sorted. But these things are important, and Thaumcraft does take a while to get through, in terms of the research. There's a lot of stuff to research, and not everything we're going to be able to do right away. Of course, it's super laggy too, which doesn't help. But there will be some things that we need to do before we can get farther, like really deep into Thaumcraft. There are still tons of stuff we can do before we go have to do other stuff, but like going to the Nether will be a big step that we will need to do at some point, if nothing else for the Nether quartz, or as I said, go down into that dungeon and try our luck there. But I'm almost more tempted to go to the Nether than try my luck on the dungeon this early, but either one's a possibility. I'll have to kind of think about what I want to do next, though, at least in between episode, other than, all the research and the like. I do want to get this place more built out. I mean, we got our basic rooms, but there's not much to them. Not much organization in our storage. It's just kind of, a couple chests and some barrels. I'd like to get more barrels. And that'll require a fair bit more wood. And also figure out this room a little more. Get some proper entrances into this thing. I'd like to get our farms over here built out. Actually get our berries into here and start mining out this for animals. And I'd like to start getting this place decorated too. Those are all things I'm gonna have to think about in between episodes, and we'll figure out what we're doing next time. Well, next time, I suppose. But that will be it for today, and I will see you guys then.